I've never really been comfortable with using the phrase best friend. I know some people are gonna, well, I think part of the reason I've never admitted this is because some people are gonna be offended that I said this. I definitely, when I was in high school or younger, I recall, I can tell you who my best friend was, and at that time it seemed to be the thing to do and to have, and I really cherished that, and it's such a beautiful thing. But for some reason, as an adult, but even now when I see kids or younger people using the phrase best friend, it it brings up some sort of reaction in me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is, and I think I have it kind of figured out. So, first of all, I know this sounds silly because it's appreciating someone and their presence in your life, and it's honoring that they hold a special place in your group of friends. But I always felt like it was playing favorites because, like, if I'm in a group of people and someone says, this is my best friend, or if I were to say, this is my best friend, I feel like it diminishes somehow the rest of the friends. And even if the rest of the friends are not around me or around that person that is introducing their best friend, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, but then does that mean that your other friends are not so great? Like, I know that sounds really silly, but I think I have this aversion to perpetuating this idea of having favorites. And I think it's sweet for the person that is being called the favorite. But at the same time, when people have said that I'm their best friend, it's not that I didn't cherish our friendship or appreciate what I know they meant by it, but it kind of scared me a little. And I was like, do I have avoidant attachment tendencies that I didn't know about? Because I thought that I used to be more anxiously attached. And, the avoidant is the one that when someone's like clingy or doing something that they want to spend time with you, or they favorite you in a way that is like smothering, you want to go the other way. And that's not healthy either, to be the one that's avoidant. But I don't think that's what it is for me. I think it's just this idea of, like, for me, people are so different. Like, all of my friends, all my friendship groups are very different. And within those groups, each person has individual traits that I love about them that no other friend could compare in that same way. And we haven't known each other the same way. And so our relationship is very unique to each and individual friends. So yeah, I think it's this like feeling that I'm diminishing the value of other friends when I call one person my best friend. And someone could argue then that, well, am I not diminishing the best friend's value because it's a common phrase that people use and a lot of people have a best friend. But the other part for me is that it irks me when I'm in a relationship or going out on a date with or something like that, where a guy that I'm could potentially have something with, or I am in some sort of relationship with, talks about his best friend, and especially when it's a female friend. Because for me, I can talk about a best friend if that person is my partner, like my boyfriend and hopefully like life partner, in the future. But I think what is part of the sensitive spot for me in this topic is that I have never had that in a partner, and it's what I really want. Like, I would love it if my partner talked about me as their best friend and introduced me, like, I mean, obviously introduced me as the girlfriend or whatever it is, the situation, but thinks of me as their best friend, because the qualities that I attach to a best friend are like, to me, that then I could use the phrase best friend if I'm introducing, like if I'm thinking about a romantic partner with me. And I know that seems like odd, because if they're my partner, then how can they be my friend? But that is, like, full disclosure here, I'm just gonna say that that is my dream partnership, is for my partner, romantic partner, to also be my best friend. And then I don't need a best friend. I just have friends that all have different traits that I love, and that nobody is best or better. It's just that everyone's important and special to me. But that one individual who would also hopefully be my romantic partner would be my best friend. And I would love it if they thought of me the same way. I remember a few years back, I was hanging around with someone who we were getting to know, and he showed interest in me romantically, and then we started dating, I guess you could call it. I don't know. Now when I look back, it wasn't properly dating, but that's a whole other video. Um, but I remember that as we got closer, he told me a bit about his family, or how he got into the hobbies that he liked to be into. He was really into singing. We actually met through karaoke, and I was really genuinely interested in knowing more about his friends and his family and the people that he found really important in his life. And I remember the night that we got more intimate and more close, like physically, and it was the first time that we were really together like that. The next morning, um, what should have been a very special morning for us, and I think he still thought it was, but he completely did not realize. I mean, I'm not even going to make excuses for him. Like, I think he's just completely clueless, but we were talking again about like people in our lives, or I don't even know how we got on the topic. And he was showing me some pictures on his phone, and then showed me some pictures of his best friend, who I didn't know this was his best friend, but we weren't together very long by then. So it wasn't a big deal. But the thing is, the best friend was female. And he actually said to me, "Isn't she really pretty?" And I was like, "What? Like, this is the conversation that you want to have with me after we were just close?" And, I thought this was like a special moment between him and I. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And needless to say, I was not into being with him after that. Like, there was a few things that happened just in that time frame within a couple of days, but that kind of triggered it, and then it just was like, no, we're not. I'm not doing this. But yeah, I think the connotations that I have in my mind of what a best friend would be like is very special, very unique. It's a very, I still think somehow that it would be an intimate relationship. I don't even mean sexually, but just like you share so much with that person and you hold them in a high regard. And I would want that person to think of me the same way. So I think when it all comes down to it, the point is that I don't want to have favorites in my friendship groups. And I don't want to put down someone by saying to the group that, well, this is my best friend or my favorite friend. I even find it kind of, it rubs me the wrong way when I hear kids saying this, because if they say, if there's a group of them at a party or something and they're like introducing me to their friends and then they say this is my best friend, I wonder how the other friends around them feel. Like, does it make them feel any less important in that group? Or maybe they don't care and I'm just taking it really sensitively. But I think the big thing for me is that I would love, like, I didn't realize it until recently, but or maybe I just haven't admitted it out loud, but I would love for my partner and my, romantic partner to also be my best friend and consider me his best friend. And that would be like a dream romantic relationship that I have not experienced in that way. So, yeah, I will never, if someone tells me that they feel like I'm their best friend, or if someone introduces their friend as their best friend, it's not that I would say, oh my God, how can you say that? Or you shouldn't say that. It's not that. But I think my own preferences on how I want to use that phrase and what I want it to mean, and how I think it's just testament to how special I regard it. So I just wanted to share that because you know me, I'm just sharing very personal things with you guys more and more. And actually, the YouTuber that I mentioned in my last couple of videos, who goes by the name Pearl, she is not afraid to share things with her audience. And it's so profound the way she does this that I'm learning more and more how to just say what I want to say and not be afraid to share it. And yeah, it's really inspiring for me. So I'm practicing here. Thanks for being an audience for my practice. I will talk to you all soon.